I'll just be so a former Army officer. I got out in 2015 before all the craziness happened. I hated the forever wars. So I was in Afghanistan. I realized we weren't doing anything to win, and people were just there to make money. So that was when I kind of realized it's not for me. So I've been out since then. Um, I have been, and I got out as a fighting, arrogant, know-it-all person, and I want to give you the benefit of my failures. Um, in this in this government, the paradigm shift that needs to happen for veterans is that you are no longer the servant. The thing that made you awesome in the military was that you formed as a team to serve. Now that you are out, you are in charge, and your government serves you. When our founders declared independence, they took the crown off King George's head, they shattered it, and they gave everybody a shard. The more people that come together in spaces like this and communities around the nation, this is where your political power is. Now, let me help explain that. Politicians are scared to death of veterans who speak truth. And I'm not just talking tropes. I'm talking whenever you stand on your state constitutions and you read the bills of rights in your state constitutions, what was done to every single one of you, the vaccine injuries, the unlawful prejudice, everything, that was a violation of your liberty. And just because you swore an oath to the Constitution does not mean and does not grant anybody in the government the ability or the power to compel you to vaccinate for anything. And I'll just speak straight. There is nothing in the law that can deprive you a timeline for going after these people. There is no such thing as congressional immunity for corporations. Corporations are fictitious entities that can only permit and do business so long as they don't violate your rights. So whenever people are violating your private rights, there is no such thing in the law that the government can stop. And my encouragement, I'm a Christian. When Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, he responded, "It is written." One of the most powerful things you can do as one of the people is demand publicly to their face in writing is what I would do by notice and affidavit. Demand where they get the constitutional power and authority to do to do what it is that they're doing. Nobody in government, no entity, no military, no nothing, can compel you to do a vaccine. And if you go to your state constitutions, this is where the law has been hidden from us. And for those people who want to know, Luke 11:52, Jesus says, "Woe unto you lawyers, for you have hidden the key of knowledge." Most of the knowledge that we have has been twisted and manipulated with words. When you were in the military, you took authority by the order that was coming from above. Now that you are out of the military, you are the authority, we the people. That means something. In
Hey,
our
Jarrin.
government,
Hey, Jarrin. This is Matt Gates. I want to interrupt you there because by that theory, you would think that the veterans who get into the Congress would be the biggest champions for a lot of the specific proposals that John and Brianna and many others are fighting for. But oftentimes it's like people like me and Ted Cruz who are fighting at the front of that, and often we get so much resistance and pushback and outright opposition from the veterans serving alongside us. Like, why do you think that is?
yeah, no, I think that's a great point. That's why I said at the very beginning to change the paradigm. The benefit of the veteran is that we'll serve, we'll give our life, we'll fight like hell. The vulnerability of the veteran is the obedience to authority. And so when you get, and I haven't been elected, you know better than me, but the party bosses tell you what's up. I mean, you were prolific in calling out McCarthy and saying that he was a snake. God bless you for that. But the party bosses and the uniparty that corral these guys, they dangle them like ornaments, right? They use the fact that they don't have legs or the fact that they went around in Afghanistan and they got blown up. They use these guys' military career as the shield for their lawlessness. What I'm advocating is a strict obedience to the trust indenture, a very strict obedience to the contract, which is the Constitution. And I'll say this last thing. The Bible says that we must rule our servants in strict subjection. People in government are your servants. You are their boss. And I'll just say one last thing. You are no longer the servant to your nation. You can serve your nation by governing the government. And the way that you do that is by asserting your rights, and you do not let anybody in government tell you anything without demanding where they got that from the Constitution. If we can do that, I want to be on board. And anybody else, any of you guys that sign this thing, if anybody in government comes after you, hit me up. I will write a document for you that will zing them right between the eyes with the law, and they won't want to touch you. Because when you stand on your rights, none of these people that are under subjection to the law want to touch you. And that's because your rights are secured by the Constitution. That's the entire point of government. And that's what's been hidden from us. Thanks for the space. God bless you, Brad. I yield.